I'm Chris Kauffman, professor of theater arts and an actor and director. I consider myself to be a teacher first, an actor, and a director second. Probably a director second, and then an actor third. My main responsibilities are teaching theater, teaching directors, teaching actors, and then directing shows. And then I do acting on the side when I can. I was trained for the theater, and then I got some experience doing film sort of later in my career. But I do mostly, when I act now, I'm mostly acting for the camera because it requires less time away from work. So I don't do that much theater acting right now. COVID actually obviously took a big chunk out of that. But when I do perform in theater, it's my own work that I've written, usually with someone else. And we perform it in festivals around the country or sometimes in Canada. And so I haven't done a lot of other plays, but it's mostly my own stuff. And then I do some acting on camera too. What inspired me? I would say the feeling that I get when I watch films that really move me. And there's something about the film that's mysterious and the way it kind of touches me emotionally or makes me laugh or brings me joy somehow. And I was like a really huge film fan in high school. And so in college, I decided I wanted to write screenplays. I figured that would be the way to like maybe become a director for screenplays, for film. And then I ended up getting cast in a lot of shows. So I thought, okay, I'll be an actor and then I could be a director or a screenwriter later. And I ended up just going into acting mostly. But I'm always trying to recapture that feeling, whatever that is, that feeling where I think it's aesthetic beauty. I think it's story that is moving. I think it's something about memory and emotion and relationship and longing and loss. Mm-hmm. Like that's captured in film and in theater. And the way that the actors are just so vulnerable and there's something really beautiful about that to me, the vulnerability of the actor. So I'm trying constantly to cultivate that in others as a teacher and then kind of like hang on to it myself as an actor when I have the opportunity. So it's, in terms of my inspiration, I think it really just is the things that I see that inspire me and trying to capture that feeling in art somehow. And the thing I'm most, the kind of art that I'm most experienced in is theater and performance. So that's where my outlet is right now. I would say that my philosophy is wrapped around this idea of constantly accepting your own vulnerability as an actor. And there's something about history, there's something about like aesthetics, I think, that is moving to me. So it's constantly trying to find that and help cultivate that in others and then just do it myself as much as I can. Because I don't know, it feels like the most fulfilling thing I can do. So sometimes theater is at its best in the classroom. There's like so much at stake for a lot of people when they're in the acting studio and it's outside of the context and you can like zero in on those important moments in a scene and it's like that's when you find that moment, or they're like connecting and there's an emotional truth there. That's great. So the acting studio is almost like a concentrated version of all the things you hope to see when you're going to the theater or going to film, going to a movie. It's because you want to challenge the person to do like the hardest thing, which is to find that emotional truth. You fail enough in front of people to like get over the fear of it, and then you realize that actually when you jump further into that place of not knowing and accept it, not knowing what's going to happen necessarily, and move towards that freedom where you could fail at any moment, but you're going to go for it anyway. That's in the place where that precipice, that tightrope is like the place where you will be most successful. So, and the most beautiful, really. So you kind of just have to trust it. To thy no self be true, maybe. That would be one of the philosophies. Because then you won't have any regrets, really. You're really gonna get this down to 7 minutes?
One way or another.